I have an announcement that I'm a little overdue to make. 5 years ago, I opened Studio 39 in Lee Summit to bring the people of Lee Summit the way that Studio 39 does hair. And it's been pretty great. I really just want to have a life again. And there's quite a bit going on in my personal life that's also overdue. Despite all of the shenanigans of COVID, we had our best year ever in 2023. That was even after all the nonsense that we endured in a brand new second location after COVID. After Nicole had her second and went part-time, and then Mariah, bless her heart, last summer she had to go to this like 8 to 2. She worked 4 days a week. Prior to that, she still worked those 4 days a week. And when she started working that schedule, like last summer, I was like, look, like let's reevaluate this. Like maybe there's something closer to home, or, you know, I was very supportive. God, she was so determined. Like she drove 2 hours every day for months. Like she's so loyal. God, she's so loyal. I miss her terribly. She like drove every day, 1 hour each way just to work here. Props. I know for a fact that when you just dedicate that much time to driving when you are a mom of 2 little ones, no less, that's not living. And I'm so happy that she found something that is supporting her and her family. The beautiful thing about where I grew up, we have the pleasure of knowing who our people are. My people are my people, even if they are not at Studio 39. Like I have girls who will never leave me here. They always have a home here. I just never understood those salon owners who were always like dicks about like people leaving. Like, really, is that why you did all this? I mean, are you empowering women? Or are you just being douchey? Yeah, it's a business, but nobody goes into doing hair to become rich. It's a calling. So if you're going to put the money above the people, then you have no business being in business in the hair gig, my opinion. The best thing about Studio 39 is it is abundant, but my lease is up out here and I have a massive salon downtown. So I am consolidating the salons, and Lakewood is actually very happy about it. The people that work there are happy to have like full-time receptionists, associates, an actual inventory, because I'm not running around like a crazy person trying to do all this stuff between 2 salons, which truly is like having 2 children in 2 separate houses. The Lee Summit stylists, they literally hold down the floor. The one place I love to be the most is on the salon floor. I don't do as much hair as I used to. I have had a little bit of a shoulder issue. Frozen shoulder is a real medical diagnosis, by the way. Like in this year of our Lord in 2024, in the world of orthopedics, frozen shoulder is not some folky colloquial term. It's a real medical diagnosis, and it is terribly painful. Working through it, much better. Happy about that. I have been doing hair for 27 years. I've owned the salon for 22, 23 years. My shoulder is like 3,000 years old in dog years. Being on the salon floor is where I want to be, but in a capacity where I can work with my staff. I'm not like holding down the fort on the floor. I am working side by side with them. And having 2 salons, I have realized, is really difficult in a post-pandemic era if you're not on the floor all the time. In this industry, we lose stylists to babies. And once you start having up around 2, 3 kiddos, you know, it starts getting hard to have a career. And the one thing I've always supported is their motherhood, their role as a wife, because I myself am a mother, I'm a daughter, I have a serious relationship. And it is really hard to juggle all of those things at once. It was just very hard for me to get used to working at Lee Summit because downtown is so insulated. Like, you can't get in the salon without running through the gauntlet of the lobby if you're like a rep or just a walk-in client, right? When I came out here, I was like doing hair in the front of the salon and people be walking in and be like, I wanted to ask you this question about blonde hair. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, I've tried to be giving a like really nice one-on-one service, and that was not easy to do out here because it's right there on the front of like Witch Chapel, and you know, there's a lot of people just kind of walking in, a lot of looky-loos when you're trying to do hair, and that was really hard for me to get used to be honest with you. Not that I'm some diva hairstylist, but we have a certain way of doing things downtown that have always worked for us. A person who wants to have my color and then they walked in with like black box dye, because I'm the one who's like, yeah, we can do that. Well, I mean, if it's biologically or chemically possible, we can do that. But I'm the one who loves to do that kind of stuff. The staff is like, oh God, here we go. But then when we like finish it, we all feel like we just run out of the tunnel onto the stadium for the Super Bowl. It's the best feeling in the world. And it's hard to split that feeling between 2 zip code. You know, one thing I really learned about this demographic out here in the suburbs is most of them work in the city or they drive to work in the city anyways. Most of the people who are stay-at-home moms and have kids in braces, and the spendability does not reflect the per household income in the suburbs. They have big ass mortgages, and like, it's just more stuff out here. Like, I've never had to like spend an entire Saturday at the lake like I did last summer conversing with somebody who never even been to our salon, but like she misread something online and thought a kid's cut was $20 and like actually had the audacity to go leave a negative review about that. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, that's just the kind of stupid shit you have to deal with in a hair salon sometimes. But like when you have two of them and you have one of them in the suburbs, and I don't know why, but sometimes that stuff like flows from the suburbs, and I'm not going to say it's because there's more Karens in the suburbs, but there are. It just makes more sense to consolidate your business in a crappy economy when there may or may not be a civil uprising at the end of the year, and if you want to have a personal life. And the staff and the clientele out here just haven't had the benefit of that kind of leveled up experience or work environment. And all the good stuff that flows from Studio 39, quite honestly, it flows from downtown, because downtown is the business in which I first started when I was 24 years old. And that is where everything flowed out here, right? Like staff flowed out here, clients flowed out here. It can all flow back down. It's really just me like not wanting to put more energy into another salon when I have the ripe, plump peach sitting downtown. And it's my heart. And I had made a commitment this year in 2024, I was going to follow my heart in everything I do. The thing about Lakewood is I followed my gut instinct that the business was here, and the business is here. Like, we don't even have enough people to handle the volume of requests that we have. We certainly do if we're all under one roof. It takes a minute to make a good stylist. It takes about a year to be exact. And hiring is a little trickier after COVID, and we lose stylists to babies. I am lucky to say that that's about the only reason I lose stylists here. And I support their mamas, because these girls have been with me since they were 19 and they have grown into women. They are no longer girls. They are my work associates. I'm very excited to have the space where I don't have the situation where each salon, the people are always like, hey, I love it when you're here. I remember one time Liz at Lee Summit was like, I love it when you're here, Jimmy. And then literally the next day, Emily was like, I love it when you're here. I know it's not a thing anymore to like say, oh, we're like a family, but I mean, it is a small business. And I know that Gen Z like runs in a different frequency. They are looking for a super professional environment. But if there's one thing my veteran stylists are, it is professional. If you are blessed enough in this world to work with people that, as an employer, I really hate the word boss. Like, they kind of make jokes about, oh, this is my boss, because I hate that word. But if you are lucky enough that your staff, your teammates love when you're there, and like, it just makes so much more sense to have all my chickie pops under one roof. And I'm grateful that I have a big enough roof to do that. And having multiple salons is really kind of what I wanted for the last 10 years, not what I want for the next 10 years. Not saying I won't ever open another salon again. Everything kind of going on right now, personally, and like geopolitically, whatever. I hate election years. I hate election years. I never used to say that, but like, how can we not say that since 2020? Definitely don't want to this year, and I don't even want to for the next couple of years. Like, I want to be able to go to have fun with my family. I honestly can't remember the last time I had that. This is going to be happening by March 1st. The Lakewood staff is moving downtown. They are, like I said, pretty excited. Next week, we will have the phone lines at Lakewood transferred to downtown. And we have already contacted all of the pre-scheduled people, and then we will be letting other people know via text and email. We have had really positive feedback about it, and I've had like full support from my staff. I appreciate the support and the love that we have experienced. Much love to Lee Summit, and we hope to see you here.